warm welcome back. This is Connect the World. I'm Becky Anderson in London for you. Now, 2 years ago, Mexican President Felipe Calderón vowed to win the war on drugs by the time his term ends, which is next year. But the bodies continue to mount and the drug cartels continue to expand their reach globally. As Rafael Romo reports, one of the most lucrative markets for these Mexican gangs is now Australia.
In the middle of the night, a shipment of illegal drugs is confiscated on a ship off the coast of Australia near Melbourne. Australian authorities say last year alone, 130,000 kilograms of cocaine were smuggled into their country. But what's more surprising is that the drugs come from half a world away.
More recent times, Mexico and more broadly South America has become increasingly an embarkation point for drug shipments into Australia.
The new development is a concern for the Australian government at the highest levels. A report by Australia's Crime Commission says organized crime operating in Australia, including Mexican cartels, have competitive advantage. Mexican drug cartels are apparently attracted by the high profit margin of drugs like cocaine in Australia. A kilo of cocaine bought in Colombia for $2,000 is worth $12,000 in Mexico and $28,000 in the United States. By the time it reaches Australia, its price is $150,000, a whopping 6,000% increase over the total investment.
So you can see why Australia is such an attractive market for the criminals, because they're about making money at other people's expense and misery.
Australian officials say they believe that more than half the cocaine sold in their country is smuggled by the powerful Sinaloa cartel and its leader, Joaquin Guzman, also known as El Chapo or Shorty. Guzman was number 41 in the list of the most powerful people in the world, published 2 years ago by Forbes magazine, which also estimates his fortune at $1 billion. The Australian Federal Police have had a presence in Colombia for years, and now they're also closely working with Mexico.
The relationship that Mexico and Australia have built for 45 years after establishing diplomatic relations is solid and friendly, and both governments are working to make it even better.
Around 6% of Australians over the age of 14 have used cocaine at least once.
There's a fair bit of cocaine in Australia. It's a very common party drug. It's everywhere, and it's through all levels of societies.
Australian officials say the global nature of organized crime is affecting people in both Australia and Latin America. In Australia, through the negative effects of drug addiction, and in Latin America, and particularly in Mexico, because drug profits are making the cartels more powerful and violent at the same time. Rafael